My presentation on median filtering. Right up here we have my old stuff. I'm going to clear out the cache a little bit and talk a little bit about what's going on. So this is an idea of what's going on in the back end. This is a slice of the video. The frame is being cut out. This is the original, and this is what the image should look like after it's been processed, which should be a lot smoother, as you can see. So that's just a snippet of it. First up is the smaller SD video. That's just an idea of what it looks like before we filter it out. So I'm going to go ahead and run it. And as you can see, it's very fast. Probably not the fastest, but it does okay in small batches or small videos. Takes a total of 15 seconds to complete that entire video, and this is what the output should look like. We're going to do a little comparison. So to the left is the output and to the right is the input. Run that back for you again. So as you can see on the right, it's very rough, whereas on the left it's very smooth, so you can tell that some smoothing has occurred. For this video, it looks like the edges were smoothed a lot more, but we're gonna take a closer look for the other videos. Took roughly about like 80 milliseconds for this. So let's go ahead and show the bigger video, not the SD version. So the SD meaning 400 by 400 pixels, 460 by 400 and something pixels. In the big one, it's roughly 437 kilobytes, whereas the small video is going to be roughly 170 kilobytes. So twice the size, both SD. They're both taking roughly the same amount of time for big and small videos, which is 80 milliseconds. Although the other one was on the low end of the 80, this one is on the high end. And that's because every pixel in the bigger video has they're both 460 for the X value, but their Y values are slightly different. The smaller video has 424 pixels as a Y value, whereas the bigger video has about 440, so it's about 20 pixels more, and that results in about 9 milliseconds more for the median filter to process, and it has more pixels to process. So the smaller video took about 15 seconds. Let's see how long this one takes. This one took about 1 minute and 35 seconds to complete, but let's see what the output looks like. Now, the grayscale should be smoother, and we're going to see if that worked or not. And yeah, as you can see, like to the right, especially with the edges, you can tell that not only the flask is a lot smoother, but her sleeve as well is a lot smoother on the edge. The entire scene is a lot smoother. A lot of the details have been fizzled out. So median filtering is definitely not the fastest or the best. Like, it does smooth a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily give the best results, but on the bright side, it does um it is easier to implement. Now, if you look at her, like I said, the flask and her neck, the neck on the right is a lot smoother, the flask is a lot smoother. Typically, you'd want to use this to reduce noise, and in both of these videos, there aren't too much noise to really show what it's good at, but it does do some smoothing. Now, I'm going to show the small video, but with a higher resolution, and see how long that takes. It's probably going to take a while, which is the reason I don't do the big video with the high resolution, because we're going to be here all night. But if I run this, we now notice an exponential rise in the time it takes. It went from about 80 milliseconds to about 900 milliseconds on average. Just gonna have to wait this one out till it's done. It's taking a really long time. Most of the time, it takes around 15 minutes, something like that for this one. But really, what it's doing is we've already sliced the video up into frames, so now it's just filtering every frame, every uh, every pixel in the frame for each frame. So every time it says start and done, it's processing one frame. And yeah, now it's done. Oh, no, not yet. Still going. I'm just curious to see how it performed against the others. Okay, yeah, so it took about 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Faster than I anticipated with like the whole 15-minute thing, but yeah, it's finally done. And now you can pretty much see the difference. At a high resolution, the smoothing is a lot more obvious, especially around the edges. Um, if you look at the hand and especially the toothbrush, you'll notice the certain things on the toothbrush, the certain lines on the toothbrush aren't as visible. Um, but yeah, a lot of the smoothing is complete, and yeah, it's pretty good, pretty slow, but good nonetheless. If you look at the strokes again on it, there's about two lines that are very clear on the right, and on the left, they're like barely visible. Same as with this long line, it's just smoothed almost all the way out. You can't even see it. Yeah, same with the edge of the toothbrush. Very smooth on the left. There's a lot less noise. It's interesting to see how this video differs from the SD and the SD of the same one, of the smaller one, where there's a lot of artifacting and stuff, but yeah, not on this one. So that's all I have for